So we're going to talk about grafting. You can graft any kind of an apple onto any other kind of an apple. You can graft any kind of plum to any other kind of plum. You cannot graft a plum to an apple. So the whole principle in grafting is you want to connect the green growing parts of the wood, which is just that outside perimeter there, to another piece of green growing wood. And to do that, you'll need some sort of measuring device. So let's say we've cut this off of your favorite apple tree, and you want to, this is called the scion, by the way, and this is the host. This is attached to your tree. Imagine this is part of a tree. If you expect them to have the green parts lined up, you should use this little measuring device to make sure that they're approximately the same diameter. Okay, the closer you make it, the better your graft is going to take. It's important for at least part of this green to be touching part of that green. The trees are somewhat tolerant. Okay, if you were to just take this like this and wrap tape around it, the odds are it would not hold still and you would not make a good graft, which is where a grafting tool comes in. And we'll show you how to use that right now. With this grafting tool, one end, say this is the host. One end is going to have a cleft in it, and the other end is going to have a sharp point, and they will fit together like they were made to come together. Now notice there's a little bud here. We should turn this around, which is the way the tree grows. The tree is growing in this direction, as you can see there. Buds are pointing that way. Anyway, you don't want to make this cleft on top of a bud, because that wood is much too hard. Okay, so we're gonna put it here, and I'm gonna bring the jaws of this thing together, and hopefully we're gonna end up with a nice V right in the middle. I'm squeezing here. Okay, I'm sorry, I told you backwards, but anyway, this is gonna be the point, which means we're gonna have the V on the graft. It doesn't matter which one has the point and which one has the cleft. So I'm going to open the jaws again and come in from this side. Notice I came in from this side for one, I'm coming in from this side for the other. And we're going to make a line. I'm trying to line it up in the center as well as I can. And now I'm squeezing. And there is the cleft. I suggest you do this a couple of times on spare wood just to get used to the idea. Once you have these two, you know they're going to fit together. At this point, or actually probably earlier than this, you should have cut your graft down to size. This is the scion wood. You want to have about 3 buds. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to cut it off about 1/4 inch above the last bud. On an angle, you want to cut on an angle so when you have this on the tree, the water will run off. Okay, so now we have our 2 parts. You put them together like this, and you want them to stay together. And how you do that will come to in just a second.